Oh, good morning. Hi. Hi. Hi.
I mean, I mean, it's chicken. It's fried chicken. It's fried chicken.
Needs to stand back and give credit to the other people because we think we are absolutely an atrocious.
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Shower time, Adderall, a glass of whiskey, and decent jeans.
Well, we missed last week. That was bound to happen pretty quick there, but that's okay. Back on track. Caught it early. It's Wednesday, so one day prior to Thursday Night Football.
Did we miss the whole week?
Rams at Seahawks. Yep, we did.
Yeah? All right.
That's okay, though. No worries. So I am seeing the Rams are minus 2.5 at Seattle.
All
Seattle recently is down Chris Carson. Well, not down, but he looks to be very limited. It's a neck injury, so I can't imagine they'll go and give him any type of workload. Alex Collins looked good last week too, so he should get
I'm still seeing
most
that
of the
neck injury
carries.
from practice today.
But that's definitely a downgrade from Carson. So
I think Collins plays.
Collins definitely plays.
I mean, I think he gets the work here. I don't think Carson's really probably even going to play.
Yeah, I agree.
Which sucks.
But being at home, I don't mind the Seahawks. They've had a couple decent wins. I still like the Rams as a top 3 team. I think Rams should probably cover this one. I can't imagine that they're going to be a very poor road team with all the experience they got at the different positions and the clear physical edge they have on teams. It shouldn't really ever put them at a disadvantage to be at an away stadium. But this is Seattle, and they have been known to be a pretty damn good home presence. And Russell Wilson is still that kind of guy where he can go out and win any game, really. But I think I'm going to roll with the Rams here, minus the points.
Minus the points. I don't know. This is kind of like a really boring game to me. Betting wise, I could care less. I mean, because it's right on that line. Like, shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to bet against Seattle at home? No, but who wants to bet against the Rams right now?
Exactly.
So I got it.
So that's where I'm kind of at. I mean, maybe it's smarter to go with the value and take Seahawks money line. That might be your best bet for this night. The total, I don't see really anything that pops out. I guess it would have to go over if the Seahawks had any chance, but I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of had another dud week if Pete Carroll refuses to let Russ cook. But
he didn't cook last week?
Not really. I mean, they still fucking feed the rock way too much. The quarterback is too talented. There's very few teams where you should kind of take your foot off the gas with the run game, even though it's kind of a fundamental in football and solid, effective offense. But if you have a Mahomes, a Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, guys like that, you should just let them throw the ball around. It's going to be better every time, every freaking time. So Pete Carroll needs to stop being so stubborn about it. If the season was going as I thought it would, where they were going to let Russ throw the ball around, which is not proving to be the case so far, then I think I would definitely be on the Seahawks side going into tomorrow night, even though I still like Rams as the better team. But I just don't like the offense right now. It seems like a weird kind of disconnection between the players and the coaching staff with what's going on and what to do. DK Metcalf hasn't gotten open the way he should. They're not targeting him enough.
Dude, no. Second part of what you just said is true. Last week, he got open so many times and they just didn't throw it to him. That dude gets open all the time. He got so much better at running routes, too.
Yeah, he's a great player. I like him. Like, him and A.J. Brown have potential to be the top 2 guys, in a few years, considering their physicality and their size and their steady improvement. They're both getting good.
Aren't they kind of the guys outside of like Julio and Hopkins?
Kind of crazy. Huh?
Aren't they kind of the guys already outside of Julio and Hopkins who are older?
Yeah, they're like right up there. DK is definitely I think a slot or two above AJ Brown.
Actually, yeah, no. Then people also talk about Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
a whole nother conversation. But I think we agree on this game. It's a little weird. Maybe the value plays take Seahawks money line.
I also like the under 54.5, probably just because it.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
assume
man,
it
it's a
got
big
bet
one.
up there. I mean, yeah, open up at 53. Yeah, I would take the under, I guess.
Yeah, I like the under there too. I'm seeing 54.5 now.
Yeah, that's
Which,
just pretty
yeah.
high. I don't know.
There's a high ass total, so I never like playing those. But you know
Yeah.
that rule in betting. Sometimes the highest totals are the best ones to bet on to go over. Vice versa with the lowest totals to go under. It just seemed to work that way for a lot of different sports, honestly.
I see that in
But-
college football a lot. It doesn't work out in NFL for me.
Let us move on to Sunday morning, where I will be in Allegiant Stadium to watch the Bears whoop up on the Raiders. Because JF1
Wait,
got
wait.
the official start
Alright.
today.
You skipped to an afternoon game?
Oh no, I was just saying where I was at.
Oh,
Where
Where are
I'll
we
be,
going?
because I'm going to that stadium early. I got to COVID screening.
so
Anyway, but let's start right at the top of the morning over in London. The Jets playing the Falcons. It's gonna be a nice early game. You should be able to
Nice.
catch that one.
I love the Jets.
Right now, I'm seeing it's Atlanta -3, neutral field, obviously. Over under is 46.
Now, is that a neutral field, or do we give slight home advantage to Atlanta because Matt Ryan's played there before?
I
Or-
would still
It doesn't
tally
matter.
this as a neutral
Yeah.
field.
Yeah, that's true. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I don't know.
playing
Th-
London.
I don't know. Jets, what do you like here?
I don't know. A weird one. I mean, Jets are finally capable of winning a game, it looks like. Falcons seem to be tempered exactly where they're at. They'll probably remain where they're at for the rest of the year. In classic Atlanta style, they dropped a late game W last week to the freaking Taylor Heineke-led football team. So, not really too sure about that Falcons team right now. Jets do look good coming off last week. They're getting 3 points. I think I'm going to go with the Jets in this game. Would not be surprised if it goes either way. But I'm going to go with the value bet, and I'll once again say
Yeah.
Jets money line.
Yeah, and I'm banking on Zach Wilson to keep steadily improving a little bit. So, and
Yep, and
Matt
that
Ryan to do the
Defense
opposite.
looks much better. CJ Mosley.
And they got Crowder back. They get Bateman back, or not
Mhm.
Bateman. Moore, Elijah Moore. A couple weapons added. Yeah. Feel good story, Jets. Fuck the Falcons.
Yeah. So I'll go Jets money line. Take the plus 130 or 140 or whatever it's at.
Okay. I'm definitely not going to bet this game, but yeah, I guess I'd lean Jets there.
All right, let's go to the next game here. We got Green Bay Packers playing at the Bengals in Cincinnati, where it'll be 82 degrees. And the Packers are only -3, which is actually very surprising, but an interesting game. Go ahead and give your take on that one.
Ooh, that is an interesting one. I mean, my first initial reaction is to take the home dog here, because I'm not overly impressed with either of these teams, but I'm impressed with the quarterback play alone. That's it. Neither defense is playing great. Neither offensive line is playing great. So somewhat of a not even. I mean, Packers I think are the better team because of Rodgers and Adams, but
I would agree.
I don't think it's that much of a difference. So give me the home team getting 3 points.
Okay. I think where I would have guessed this game would be around 5 or 6 points. But this is one of my big surprises here. I did not expect this line to be inside a field goal. But Green Bay -3 at Cincinnati. I'm gonna go to Green Bay here. If the spread was around 5 or 6, and if it happens to move that way by the end of the week, then I will definitely jump on Bengals for a backdoor cover. But I do think Packers going to Cincinnati get a win. I just don't see Rodgers losing to the Bengals. I just don't. I kind of hate it because I want the Bengals to win, obviously, but I think this one is maybe one of the more wide open games. And fuck it, the Bengals have looked impressive. The Packers haven't. I think this could be a week where they both kind of go back to their ways.
Did
That's not
Green Bay
shitting
get a
on
win
Burrow
last
either.
week?
Huh?
Green Bay won last week, right?
Yeah, no, Green Bay's had some solid wins and they're still scoring where I think they would be, but I've from what I've seen of them so far, it's not like they're impressing me necessarily. I was hoping
Yeah.
for maybe one more little step forward from last year. Definitely not apparent. If anything, maybe a slight step back, but it's early. They could definitely kind of get to that spot. That's why I think, this is a good opportunity for them. And it'll be good weather.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard to go within outside Green Bay and just a single field goal on the spread. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. I am a little bit suspect of why the line is 3. Which, again, it's kind of stupid. I'm not going to bet this one either. But I guess for the sake of talking about it, I would lean Cincinnati. But that even scares me because this is a weird line.
It's weird. I mean, it's a battle of quarterbacks, and I'll take the experience here, I guess. They're both good.
Very
They're both
weird. Like, why is
capable
it
of
only
having
3?
monster
I don't get
quarters.
that. I
But
guess
that's why, like a 5-6 line, I think I would have gone Bengals just because of that backdoor cover. I know for a fact Burrow is going to score on the 4th. That's not even a question anymore. But Rodgers, I mean, he's probably going to match him and probably be the last one with the ball with time management. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like Green Bay there minus their points.
Maybe
I don't
because
love it,
I bet
but,
Cincinnati
this
is
a
getting
packed week, so
some
I
pretty
gotta
good
find the
public
holes
money
where
the
I
last
can.
couple weeks.
Huh?
Cincinnati's probably getting some decent public money the last couple weeks with those 2 wins. That maybe they're just a little inflated.
I would
right now, that's why it's
100% agree
3.
with that. Yes.
Because
And no, we beat him 2 weeks ago.
no, that was
or-
week 2,
Oh yeah, 3 weeks ago.
and they had that. I mean,
So,
I don't know if you want to call it impressive, but casuals still look at the Steelers as the Steelers. So I think a win against them probably is propping Cincinnati up a little too high in people's minds.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I bet Bengals over Steelers there. I took a money line. So
Yeah.
then it's just shocked me. I mean, the Steelers have it. Whatever. We'll get to the Steelers.
No,
in a
but I
minute.
mean, I'm saying I'm trying to figure out why this line's so weird. I'm thinking maybe public money's coming in
it's
on
juice on
Cincy.
Bengals, which is shocking, which I didn't expect, but that's definitely what the answer is here. I think it's just public money hitting the Bengals.
Yeah,
Or-
getting excited
or
about Joe
trap-
Burrow and Jamar
I don't
Chase.
know. I'm gonna go with Packers there though.
And
So let's go
for Thursday
to
week.
let's move over to Minneapolis, Minnesota, in division. Lions at Vikings. Would love a nice Lions win here. Would be huge for the Bears.
it's a big line.
The line. Sorry, I forgot this part. Whoa! Holy shit! Another surprising line.
That's crazy.
Minnesota -9. Jeez Louise.
Wow.
Over under at 49 points. I like Vikings to take a win, but no way. No. I'm all over the Lions +9. I'm all over the
God,
Lions.
I hate to
+9.
do it with the worst team in the league, but I think you're right.
I mean, the margin isn't that big. 9 points. I would expect 9. I would have guessed that Bengals, Packers, and Lions, Vikings spreads would be switched, honestly, coming into this. If I had to place spreads with games,
Right.
that is a shocking number. I would have guessed 5, 4 maybe.
Because
9
Minnesota's not
points.
that good.
No, that's exactly my point.
Now, they're not that bad. They should be 3-1 right now.
Okay, there we go though. That's just classic Viking stock right there.
Yeah, but that's the same thing with the Chiefs. Chiefs should be 0-4. They're lucky they're 1-3.
Yeah, and they're playing the Bills this week. The one team that could probably whoop them on a back-to-back L train. That should be crazy.
But yeah, no.
Jesus,
Anyways, I
falling
think
on
you're
them.
right here. I don't know. Weird game. Weird line. Weird
Very
game.
weird.
Why? Why
I
is
mean,
it so
it's
high?
not like Detroit's hurt.
No, and
I
Dalvin
think
Cook's
you know
gonna
what
play.
else? I mean, everybody underrates Bears, and when they saw the Bears roll the Lions, at least for the first chunk of the game, they were like, "Oh, the Lions must be that fucking bad." Because obviously the Lions are held in a new light after losing to
Oh,
the
I
Bears.
mean, they're
just
bad,
because of
bro.
course.
They're. I
But
mean,
the
can you at
defense
least
in
admit
Chicago-
out
I mean,
loud
you
the
can't-
Lions are probably the worst
Chicago
team in the league?
defense is really solid, so it's not like it's like surprising they put up a dud offensive performance for the most part.
No, but I mean, could you admit that Detroit's, if not the worst, the second worst team in the league?
Yeah, I say they're bottom 4. I mean, I would
oh.
still pick them
They're-
to
no,
beat
I think
the
they're much
Texans.
worse
I
than
pick
people
them to beat the
think because of these
Jaguars. I'll
backdoor-
pick them to beat Atlanta. I'll
Really?
pick them to beat. No, I got them ranked above a few teams just because
Okay.
of how they play, and they
Yeah, Man Campbell. He's got some fire in him, I guess.
kind of won me over.
All right, I'll say this: worst roster.
9 points. 9 points is crazy. They would have covered 9 points against everybody so far, right?
Probably something like that.
And they've played some good teams. Vikings. That's weird. Okay. Well,
Big bounce back spot for the Vikings, though. They only put up 7 last week.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's so. Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna say. I mean, Vikings walk away at this win probably, but 9 points is bananas. That's backdoor city. I'm all
Should
over
be.
Lions to backdoor that, or just fucking do it outright the whole game. I could see him winning at half. 9
Plus
points is a
9,
lot.
yeah.
Okay, well that may end up being my best bet just because that's ridiculous. That value is crazy. I may even like $10 on the Lions money line. It could go there.
Now I'm
All
starting to lean Minnesota because I'm looking at it. I see 9.5 too, 9s and 9.5. That's kind of like right on that
Oh my
that
God.
teaser number where if you were to play like
I feel like that's
6 or 7
overreaction
points,
city.
it doesn't get you. Yeah, to me it looks just like a really fishy line. Not sure. I
I mean,
don't
it's
know.
not like a 17-27 victory. It's not like would be shocking and that would cover. But I still
Right.
think there's a lot higher chance of the Lions closing it within 9 points.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Because Minnesota, yeah,
Okay.
it's Kirk Cousins and a bad defense or a fine defense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, let's go over to Pittsburgh, where the Pittsburgh Steelers are hosting the Denver Broncos, and they are favored by 1 point. That means Vegas believes Broncos are the better team. If we're going to say that the home spread is usually like 2.5, and they're only -1 here.
Well, Denver opened as 2-point favorites.
Oh, man. Okay. Denver's a weird team. Drew Lock is going this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, isn't he? He's going, right?
Yeah, he's a spark plug. He could put up a big performance,
Oh, you
but he could
love
also
him.
have a terrible game.
Give us your Drew Lock take. Give us your 60-second Drew Lock pitch of why he should be a starter in the league.
I don't think he should be a starter. I think that this is a really good opportunity for him to maybe show some of that solid side to him, that aggression, that kind of Baker Mayfield personality, the winning mentality. You know, he's not scared of the spotlight. He's obviously a pissy, kind of fiery dude. He's got a fine arm, got decent wheels. Kind of reminds me of Sam Darnold or something. So, I mean, it's not like I think he should be a starter in this league, but I think he's somebody who could fuck around and end up with a starting job next year if he does something in this, stretch of games coming up. But he is going against Pittsburgh. Big Ben's going against Denver. So it's really a fucking pick 'em for me. It's both two mediocre, if anything, subpar quarterbacks at this stage going against elite pass defenses. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I that's a weird one. -1 point for the Broncos. I guess if you're saying it opened at 2 and it shifted all the way over there, I would go Broncos, I think. They're probably a little more motivated sitting at 3-1 than the 1-3 Steelers, who probably cashed in a little bit. But this is another one. It's gonna go either way, right?
Yeah.
The under is the play for me.
The under is
and
definitely the
the
play.
total's only. I mean, the total's 39.5. That's pretty fucking high from what I've seen. For at least when the great defense, bad offensive teams match up, I've seen it go as low as 34 to 36.
Not
so
this
39 and a
season.
half, that's not sky
No, this
high.
is the lowest line of the season, right? It's got to be.
Oh, yeah, I would say lowest line of the season. I don't think we've busted into 30s at any point, but I could think back to games. There was a few late season Bears games last year, late in the Nagy play calling tenure, that were dipping into the 30s. There was a game we were playing. Who was just a great defense with a bad offense last year? Might have been the Patriots or something, but after they lost Cam or some shit. I don't know. Whatever it was, I remember it going below 39.5. That's definitely not the lowest I've seen. I would have figured this game would probably be the lowest of the season, considering where those two offenses are at and the health of the defenses sticking around. But the 39.5, that's not scary to me at all. Not at all. Not at all. So I'm going to go with the under there, maybe as my best bet. We'll wrap around to that. The line itself, I don't know. I guess I'll go against the shift and take the Broncos +1.
Yeah. As far as picking a side here,
Broncos
I don't know.
win,
Denver
minus
without
100
their
at least.
starter, I have no really urge to bet either side. I mean, I'm probably gonna end up betting Pittsburgh because I bet them a couple times and lost. I think both. So, they're like
and they could fuck around and
with
put up
them.
points. I mean, it's not like Big Ben hasn't had a big performance in the middle of a bad stretch before. That's kind of his fucking lingo. So he may fuck around and have a good game. But Denver's defense is really sick.
I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you though. I think this is like this is like a 13-10 type game.
Yeah. Which would fucking kill that total line. So do you agree with me that the under's a pretty solid play at 39?
Sure. I mean, without Teddy Bridgewater, I don't trust the Denver offense. I'm sorry, I don't. And Pittsburgh,
me neither.
I haven't seen anything yet to show me trust. So, and I like both their defenses a lot. So yeah, give me the under there. I think you're right.
All right. Well, let us move on over to Tampa, Florida, where the Buccaneers host the shite offense, yet pretty good defense, Miami Dolphins, where they are laying 10 points. So Bucks -10 facing the away Miami Dolphins.
Miami at the Bucks or Bucks at Miami?
It is in Tampa, Florida.
In Tampa? And what are we getting here?
Bucks -10.
Holy cow. All right, well. Miami for sure is the side I like. I don't even have to convince myself much. 10.
I mean, Bucks are going to win the game. But yeah, 10 points is kind of fat.
After
if
coming
there's
off
any team that kind of reflects the Patriots right now, it's the Dolphins, right? And that game was close as hell. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dolphins.
This totally for me is 100% situational bet because Tampa's coming off the huge emotional win, and Miami's coming off their worst performance I've seen in a season and a half from them. Nobody thinks that offense can move the ball right now. So I think it's a perfect spot to get a ton of value. 10 points. Jeez.
I agree.
With a good defense, Miami's got a good defense. Come on.
I gotta be honest too. If Tua was playing and that same line was there, the -10, I would actually take the Bucks there. But going against Brissett, who doesn't turn the ball over, and he dumps to Gesicki, and he's got okay legs for really short yardage situations. I mean, I like Miami to keep with them. I don't think 10 points is gonna be. I mean, that's not like unrealistic.
I don't think it's unrealistic at all. I think this is my lock of the week. It might be Miami with the points here.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think I agree with you there. Miami +10.
Would you say right now that what's his name? Barrett's probably a notch better than Tua right now in their careers?
Barrett?
Yeah, is that JT Barrett? What's his name? What's the fucking Miami quarterback?
Oh, Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, no, I would say he's the better quarterback right now. I'm not. Tua just really did not impress me. He
Not
looked
yet.
better this year than he did last year, but still, like, okay. I mean, I don't know what I'm looking at here. What do you want me to say? He just looks little, and his arm doesn't look very strong. I mean, he's still a young brain. He acts like a kid still. Give me Brissett, kind of
Right
that
now,
weathered New
long
England,
term, give me
Indianapolis
Tua.
guy.
I think Tua's got a higher ceiling.
Yeah, sure, but right now, Brissett.
Yeah, and quick wild card update: Cards are up 1 rip in the top of the first.
Who hit the homer?
Oh my gosh! The Dodgers getting knocked out. No, they
Bro,
won't.
let's go. Go Cards. Did Arenado hit it? Goldie?
I don't know.
O'Neal?
Goldie's on second right now. So where does
Oh,
Arenado
he must
bat? No,
have knocked
Arenado just
in
batted.
Edman. Goldie must have knocked Edman in because usually they're
Yes,
1-2.
it was. You're right. It was Tommy Edman got knocked in.
Wow. Yeah, and he could fly around the bases.
No,
So,
didn't Tommy
wow,
Edman
good.
lead off though? I think it was whoever bats second for them.
Tyler O'Neill? No,
Yeah, there you go.
I think
Maybe
he's moved
Tyler
down to
O'Neill.
fourth. No, second's been Goldie all year, really.
Okay, so then it had to be Edman,
Yeah.
who
All
coming
right,
into
well,
this
let's-
game was
let's
4 of
stick with
11
football
against
here.
Schurz.
Well,
All right.
we'll chat about this post bets. All right, so we're kind of on the same side of that game. Not a lot to talk about there. I don't, at least. I mean, I think, 10 points, Miami. Pretty
Yeah,
easy call.
purely situational. Tampa Bay is the better football team, but based on
that's
reactions from last week, I avoid Tampa and I want to hammer Miami, and they happen to be playing each other.
Good play. All right, let us go over to where are we going? Washington football team. They are hosting the New Orleans Saints, and New Orleans is only -2, which I'm
Wow.
all over. Give me the Saints.
Really?
-2. They should whoop on this Washington team. This Washington defense is disappointing, and that offense is no better. Well, McLaurin is sick as fuck, having a 6.
That offense is better than their defense.
I agree, but give me the freaking Saints. -2.
What
That's
has
nothing.
Jameis shown you? Jameis so far has shown me that he's probably worse than Heineke.
Well, I'll say this: Jameis is not to blame. The play calling's been putrid. They haven't even let him throw the ball. I think they're waiting for Mike Thomas to come back or something, because it is so bizarre how Sean Payton's calling Jameis right now. It just doesn't look good. I think there's got to be a change because I don't take Sean Payton as a stubborn guy. But you never know. Pete Carroll never gave the ball to Russell Wilson, and that seems like the
So why are
easiest
you
fucking
betting New
choice
Orleans
ever.
this week then?
Because I don't like Washington.
Okay, so this is more of a fade Washington play.
Yeah, and I mean, New Orleans coming up out their home opener loss. It's technically their home opener. They haven't been back in that stadium in a while. I mean, they are salty coming into this week at 2-2. I don't even think they're thinking twice about being intimidated by Washington. It's not like they're like in any way a super team. But give me Saints. Especially, you know what? Jameis versus a good pass rush. He's one of those guys who could sit in a pocket and not really be nervous. There's not a ton of those guys. We saw how Carr kind of crumbled when Bosa started to get to him, which I didn't expect. But I don't see Jameis getting rattled by Montez Sweat and Chase Young.
I just don't see him playing well because I think he played well one game this year, and he threw for less than 200 yards in that game.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns though.
Yeah, efficient.
But that was that explains it. That just shows how weird of an offense it is. So it was clicking week 1, and it turned out to be like, oh my God, that's the most efficient quarterback play of all time right there. But it's like too weird of a thing to play with a super arm like Jameis. I think they need to kind of switch gears a little bit, go back to what they did prior to Drew Brees' late years, where they were kind of, pretty scary fucking offense. Right now, at
No,
this
but
point,
Simeon, that's so much
the only
easier
guy
said
people are
than done.
worrying about is Kamara. And it
You're
hurts.
acting like it's almost replacement level with Breeze to Jameis Winston.
I'm saying Jameis Winston hasn't gotten a shot to play how Breeze did. And no, it's not. That's not my point either. Because Breeze,
Yeah, but Breeze didn't air it out. That wasn't really their offense.
But Jameis is not a guy you're gonna win with by just picking the ball around. You're gonna win with him by somehow figuring out how to put that lightning in a bottle, not just completely pat it out, fearing for an interception. I mean, it's not like the defense can't handle a pick or two as long
No,
as
this
Jameis
team.
keeps it up.
I
with
think
three.
I'll say this. I think Jameis is lucky that Kamara is healthy and their defense is playing well. Because I love Jameis, and I'm the one. I was a big Jameis fan. I know you're probably a bigger Jameis fan, but I'm also a big Jameis guy. And I want him to be a head coach in the league potentially. But I also think that he's probably not a top 25. And honestly, right now,
No,
neutral
I'm not
field,
saying that.
give
but
me
he's putting
Heineke. Give me Heineke over Jameis for a quarterback right now.
All right. I mean, I don't hate that at all, but I still take Jameis if they play it right. So we'll see. I mean,
Well,
it's a good
this
week
line
to try
did
to
move.
switch gears.
This opened at a pick'em, and it moved to New Orleans -2. So if anything, if no one has a feeling on this, just smart play, I guess, would just be take the 2 points as Washington, just because it opened up.
and they're and they're at home. But I'm gonna lean Saints here.
Yeah. Okay.
I
like
mean, you may like
Washington.
this line. Then do you like the 44.5? Do you like under there? I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, if I have a lean there, I wasn't looking as much as the total. I was looking more again, kind of like you with the last game. I'm kind of playing a fade on New Orleans laying points in the road. Like, I almost don't care who they're playing. Like, New Orleans laying points on the road, and it's Washington. Okay, pretty bad defense. Honestly, pretty impressive quarterback play so far. Not amazing, but consistently good.
It was good enough. If their defense would have been how they were, then I would have been wrong about saying that.
And here's what I
I
say
would
about
have
New
been wrong about
Orleans.
them. Luckily, it's bailed me
Weird
out because
flash
the
in the
defense
pan
isn't
moments.
as good as everybody thought it would be. It's about as good as I thought it would be. But I also thought the offense would be
roster
shit.
for
I thought they were
roster?
going to win like 5 games.
Roster
They
to
should
roster.
run probably 8.
New Orleans has the better roster, clearly. They have the better head coach, clearly.
Yeah.
Washington,
Yes,
I
I
think,
would
right
agree
now
with
is the
both
better
those.
quarterback. And I think
Well, Washington's roster isn't terrible.
Heineke's not bad at all. I would call him the Heineke like a top
No,
23
it's not a bad.
guy.
I mean, it's not something I'm going to bet, but I like New Orleans here. I did kind of switch gears with that. I think I was pretty hyped about that New Orleans -2.
Why don't you and I let's put a side bet of 20 on this.
Okay.
Okay, so I have Washington +2.
Yes.
All right, I'll write it down.
I got it too, so we both got
All right, because we didn't pay up like our first 4 we did. I
We went
forgot what
even,
they were.
I think.
Oh, we went even?
Yeah.
Oh, word. Okay, perfect.
All right, let's go to Charlotte, North Carolina, where the Philadelphia Eagles are visiting the Panthers, who just picked up Stephon Gilmore today. And it wasn't a pickup, actually. They traded for him right before he was cut in the afternoon. Traded a 6th rounder. Very impressive move. And just so we're all clear here, they brought him in, and their take on it was that they're trying to win now. And J.C. Horn and C.J. Henderson are the future. Stephon Gilmore is the now. So he's going to come in, be that supreme cornerstone cornerback for that team. And as long as that offense can kind of keep up, Carolina might be a very dangerous team to worry about this year. But this game in particular, laying 3.5 to Philadelphia Eagles, coming off a couple weird performances in a row. I don't mind going either way. It's kind of a tough line, but the half point there is almost enough for me to take Philadelphia here. But I
All right.
bet against the Panthers right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So who do you like to win outright?
I like Panthers to win outright. I could see Eagles closing it in toward the end. I like Panthers to win this one at home.
So then maybe the play. Shit. Yeah, that 3.5 so scary. Maybe a stay away.
Yeah, it's a good stay away spot just because it's a little strange. Wow.
I
Holy
think
cow,
if
I'm
I
reading
were
a
to
story
play
now
that-
it says Packers salary cap cut them off from getting Stephon Gilmore. That would
Bears
have been
would too.
terrifying.
Bears don't
Man,
have enough
what a
either.
hang. That's so bizarre.
But
Anyway,
I think that Philly is due for a bounce back
yeah.
some point
Okay.
here. But I don't think I don't know. This here to me, this is what the X factor of this game is. How is Jalen Hurts gonna pass the ball, not run the ball? How does he pass against these cornerbacks? Because I gotta be honest with you. Well, hold on. Let me give my take on Carolina. I agree that they're a dangerous team, obviously a very complete team, but the defense has trials and errors to go through before they're a legit defense. Because last week I watched the highlights of that game last week. Those cornerbacks looked shocked for the first time ever playing against good wide receivers because to be honest, their first 3 games of the season were like Jaguars, Texans, Vikings, or something like 3 terrible teams. Week 4, they got beat, and their defense looked like kind of like shocked, like they were getting beat a little too early in that first half. They kind of adjusted the second half, but it was almost like they hadn't seen a good offense yet, and they really played that way, and it kind of scared me. But what didn't scare me was Sam Darnold and DJ Moore's chemistry on offense. The team they're nasty to watch. So depending on how Jalen Hurts can play against those cornerbacks, if Jalen Hurts can go out there and throw like a top 15 quarterback and like kind of throw dots, I probably would lean taking the 3.5 here with that hook. But if Jalen Hurts doesn't show up like he has in the last 2 weeks, Carolina is going to win and cover.
Now, I will. This is the point I was gonna make. Is Sirianni had he's been calling a little bit strange. I don't know if he calls the plays. I think he does. It's been weird because you look at a guy like Hurts.
It's been terrible.
He's kind of a good quarterback to have like steering a good ship. I mean, if you put him in Carolina, I think he outperforms Darnold. You put him in Miami, I think he's better than both those guys. So there's certain spots where like he would be money, but being in Philly, it was very strange. You look at last week in the game against the Cowboys, they had the guy throw it like 20 straight times. They weren't calling run plays, and it's really kind of strange. They turned him into like this arm weapon that isn't necessarily what he is or what he has ever been. He's more of a guy who plays with the running style really well, similar to Lamar Jackson, and then kind of use that decent arm to beat people over the top. Now, I'm not saying he has a bad arm, but it wasn't an offense you're going to succeed with the Jalen Hurts. It was like they were running it as if they had Aaron Rodgers out there. It was shotgun, 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 over and over and over and over. It was kind of fun to watch, but Hurts wasn't successful whatsoever, and it wasn't against the best defense ever, too. So
I don't know that. Well, one thing, don't forget, I think that Cowboys defense is a top 5 unit.
Okay, that's a good take. I mean, they're good, man, but I don't think they're top 5. I would say they're. I mean, they're still. Yeah. It was a strangely called. I would like to see. In a weird way. I would say
overall,
a few more run
Sirianni's kind of been shit on
will open
play
up the game for Hurts. So going into Carolina, if Sirianni calls some more runs, I think Hurts will have a better game than he did the last.
You and I have seen this with Hurts. We know what everyone's seen this with Hurts. In Saban's system, the dude won got him to a national championship. In Lincoln's system, got to a playoff, and now in the league came in Doug Peterson's system last year, balled out for 2 or 3 games. Sirianni comes in purely. I'm going to say at this point, that first game where he went off, that was purely Jalen Hurts' talent and the offensive talent. I don't think that was the coaching, because ever since then, he might be the worst coach in the league.
Sure, I mean, I don't hate that.
He's
at all.
Nagy bad at the play calling. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, he's got weird play calling. He doesn't run the ball. It is similar to that Nagy play calling. I think they get so washed up in the game flow. It really is. I mean, it just
he should be under center for sure. He should be. Him and Justin Fields, early in their career, should have similar type play styles. I mean, offenses to run.
Almost identical. They're very similar quarterbacks. I would say Fields is a little bit more of a live arm, but
more of a live arm
and
is obviously a better athlete.
Mentality. Their body, they're very similar dudes.
Yeah, one's a better athlete, both tough as nails, both smart, I think they both are the same type of person where they're Justin Fields. I think is extreme this way, but kind of outwork everybody in the building type guy.
I agree. Yeah, I'm right on that boat with you. So
But
it's a weird game.
I'm an Eagle. I'm a
Um,
Jalen Hurts guy. It makes me like the Eagles right now. Devontae Smith is ill. I mean,
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind either way there. Kind of a strange one though.
strange one. But that's just a fun team in general. I like Philly this year.
Panthers should win it. All right, well, let's go over to Jacksonville.
Hold on, wait. Before we leave that game, this so far, I'd say that might be the low key swaggiest game. Carolina Philly, because you could easily say
it's intriguing. I wouldn't mind watching it.
that those are like
I still
two,
would rather
like,
watch
sweet.
like Chiefs Bills.
Well, you're right. Like the mainstream swaggy would be like Ravens Chiefs or like Bills Bucks or something. But
Bears Raiders will be kind of cool.
Raiders are always
Fields
part of
going.
the swaggy for sure. I mean, they're low key and mainstream. But I'm just saying this Philly Carolina, both teams are like on the low key come up. Two like sweet teams.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's go over to Jacksonville,
Okay.
where Tennessee Titans are laying 4.5 to the home Jags.
Titans -4 at the Jags. Oh God.
4.5.
I'm gonna do it again. I'm taking the Jags. I think I'm taking them every week.
I'm not going to take the Jags here because of the distraction of this past week. Outside of Urban Meyer fucking up, I'm taking Jags. Actually, yeah, no, I'm going to go Titans. I think Titans will be ready to go whoop some Jag ass. Not bad, huh?
Okay.
Anyway, I think it could be like a 6-point game. Jags, I mean, I don't mind. They could win this one. I'm definitely not betting it, not going anywhere near it. I don't really know about either of these teams, but I do know they're both going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, who's gonna win the AFC? What is it? AFC South. You got Colts. Are the Colts gonna win it?
Yeah, I guess Titans are still kind of.
It's
that
Titans
pick.
or Colts. I'll pick the Colts.
Titans, I think, are still the pick, but no, okay, so Titans, Titans have something worth playing for. Jags really don't.
Well, Jags are in that division with them. There's no way. But here's the thing: an in division game.
No, that's what I'm saying. Jags don't have anything worth playing for them because
Right.
it's not like they're gonna win more than 3 games max.
Right. No, I get
And the
that.
whole
I get
building
that.
knows it.
But I think that the line for what you said earlier with the urban thing, I bet that added at least a half point for just people wanting to fade the Jags this week. So I'm just saying, like, maybe value wise, it got enough. There's enough points there. What am I? I'm getting 4.5. So at least I'm getting over a field goal at home against a pretty bad Titans team.
Yeah.
With no AJ
it
Brown
seems
again,
like a
no Julio
clear-cut
again.
bet. You know, I'll say this. I don't have a strong enough opinion to say that I like the Titans minus the 4.5 at all. Like, I actually don't like that any more than I like Jags plus 4.5.
Yeah.
I'm so neutral in this game that I will say that I'm gonna bet the over 48.5.
I love that.
Yeah. It's not a bad little play there. They both did the defenses are ass. And both kind of ready for some solid passing performances. I still think Henry is going to get the
you could
offensive MVP
argue
game, but
when both
we'll see.
quarterbacks are on the field, they're like probably both like when Trevor Lawrence is on the field and it's Jags playing against the Titans defense. Trevor Lawrence is probably one of the top 5 best guys at football on the field, and vice versa when Tannehill's playing. So I think for that reason, both bad defenses. The overs are I'd say pretty safe. I like that.
I agree. I don't think I'm gonna tune into this one. I'll watch the highlights.
Oh hell no!
Laviska.
I have no chance of watching this. The only games I watch are Bears games and then whatever I can get on normal TV.
Oh, I try to have a couple screens up, get red zone and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go right to
I'll
Houston.
Should we do a little side note on red zone? I just want to
No,
say,
I think we're falling a little. I want to keep this around an hour.
All right,
I don't
all
know
right,
if
but-
anybody
but-
would listen past an hour.
all right. Red zone's weak, but go ahead.
Yeah, red zone I like to have on a secondary screen. It's not my primary screen ever.
All right, so what's the
Perfect
game?
for. In Houston, Patriots are laying 9.
Laying 9. Why? That's Houston. I don't know. I guess Patriots, but what do you like?
100% Patriots. Davis
9's a
Mills
lot.
is gonna score 0 points, bro.
Yeah, probably. It's a rookie quarterback. You're right.
It's not like the Texans are gonna stop Mac Jones in the offense.
But again, like when people talk about like the Belichick or that trend of against rookie quarterbacks, that was like with Tom Brady the whole time. So without Tom Brady, it's different. Like that trend's not really relevant to me anymore. So that's what I'm just saying. This nine's a fucking lot, but it is the Texans. So yeah, I lean Pats, but not for any
It's
particular
maybe
reason.
my one of my better bets. I think Patriots. I think win like. I would bet 31 to 6.
Holy cow! So this is your lock of the year so far.
I wouldn't say lock of the year, but it's really high up there.
Lock of the week.
I think there was one other that. Let me see.
I think
Might be
that
my lock of the week.
Denver Pittsburgh, was that your lock of the week? The under?
Denver Pittsburgh under. I like totals. I don't like to make my lock of the week. Minnesota -9. I mean, sorry, Detroit +9 against Minnesota. I love.
Oh, there you
Green
go.
Bay -3. I love. The rest I'm very indifferent about.
You
So
actually
I'll
like
make this my
slate.
bet of the week. New England -9. I take it back immediately because I'm looking at the next game and I already know what I want as my lock of the week. But I love the Patriots. Let's just say that. I love them -9. I think they roll.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm taking the Texans here. If you want, I'm down to do another $20 side bet.
Yeah, I'll write it down. What's your take though? Why? What is that?
I really am not impressed with New England so far. Like
Who's that
last
against
week,
Tampa Bay?
they played good. Like they did play good, and Mac Jones played good. But like I think like that's like to me, I think that's like the ceiling of the Patriots is how they played last week. And so like I honestly like I don't know. Their defense is pretty nasty, so Houston shouldn't score a lot, but I'm not going to be shocked if like the Patriots only put up 13 or 16. Like that's what they did all last year with Cam. They're probably like I don't know. I don't see them turning into like a scoring 27, 30 a game type team.
I mean, it's really not that much when you think about it, especially against a defense like Houston. I mean, a couple touchdowns a half.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but Houston. Remember, Houston played like a couple close games this year.
Yeah,
then
but it's
they
getting
pull
worse
away at the
and
end,
worse and worse. They got beat like 30-0 last week or something.
All right, they gave the Browns a little scare for a little bit.
What's up? Oh, week 1?
Yeah,
Or
they
week
went up
2?
like
Week 2.
21-14 on them,
Yeah, it was week 2.
whatever that was.
Yeah, but I mean I see that. With that take, I don't mind it. But this week, going into week 5, this is usually Patriots week. I'm gonna go with the old. I am gonna take Belichick here.
All
I'm
right,
gonna have it
all
as
right.
one
No,
of
I
my
get that. And
primary
then
reasons.
also, I mean, what I just thought of now situationally, this is probably another one that the public likes.
Davis Mills is also the worst quarterback in the league right now.
But think about how public this
Starting.
play could be. This is probably one of the most public plays of the week, only because it's Patriots off of a loss against a rookie quarterback. Who's not going to go bet the Patriots right now?
That's true.
So maybe again that just leans me towards Houston a little bit more. I don't know.
You could
9's a
play
lot.
Like the
If it was 7, it'd be different. But
kind of a
9,
murky way to play a line. But no, it makes sense.
it's how I usually. I don't know. I tend to go
I know.
more off like situation.
No, I get it. I just think this is you named why this is a situation win for the Patriots, and you're saying that's why you're not doing it now.
It just scares me off the Patriots a little bit.
because it's too perfect of a storm.
Sure, exactly. And
Makes sense. Too quiet in here to be.
it did open at 7.5 though.
You
so
want to
it's-
move to our best bet of the week here that I think we might agree on?
Yeah, go to the next game.
It's gonna be the Chicago Bears plus 5.5 going into Las Vegas
Yeah, I mean that's just way
with
too many
Justin
points to give
Fields
the Raiders.
playing. I mean, come on.
I mean to give the to have
Bears
them
money
lay.
line might be my lock of the week.
No, yeah, money line's not a bad play at all, but I think the best play here is
5.5.
Bears plus 5.5.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, Raiders aren't gonna have an easy time against our defense. Nobody is. And I think
No,
that
and they
we're
got
gonna have a
exposed
pretty
against
damn
the
good game.
Chargers. Did you see how much they got exposed against the Chargers?
Yes, I did.
And the
I bet
Bears
on 'em.
defense is as good or better than the Chargers.
Yeah, I would say about as good. Oh no,
Okay.
better because they didn't even have Kenneth Murray playing.
And we got
And
a
they
pretty
still
healthy
got
lineup
raped.
going right now.
That's their signal caller.
We got our safety back, Gibson.
Huge. I'm so pumped for this week.
Oh yeah.
We should have
too.
a really good game. And Travis Gibson, you seeing
Me,
him?
Dad,
You
and
seeing
Mike
him,
are
Tim?
going to the Bears
You
bar to
seeing
watch it.
Travis coming in for Khalil Mack, beating up a storm? I love it.
Yes.
Travis is awesome. I kind of hope Khalil Mack's out this week. I want to see Travis get a whole game.
You're gonna be at that game.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Are you gonna go? What are you gonna do pregame?
I'm gonna have to worry about screening because I'm only halfbacks.
What's that?
I have to worry about screening and stuff, so I'm gonna have to go early and wait in a fucking line.
Oh, like the COVID shit. Oh yeah.
I'll probably bring a flask though and get drunk, since it'll
I
be
mean,
like
you've got
noon.
they probably have bars on the outside. Have you been there yet?
No.
I haven't either. I don't know what it's like over there. I guess it's
Yeah.
just a building. Actually, it's not like how T-Mobile has that plaza. They're like on the other side of that.
I'm sure they have a huge plaza thing.
It'd be sweet if they got something out in front. But yeah, no, that'll be fun. I'm gonna be at the Bears bar here in town watching it, and then the White Sox game
That's a
immediately
good play.
follows.
I mean, this is a good win. If we, I'll say the unfortunate part about this game is Bears win it. It's good. You already know where the media is going. It's the shitting on the Raiders, not juicing the Bears. They'll be like, "Oh, Raiders aren't what they seem. Back-to-back losses. Bullshit, bullshit, and bullshit." The Bears. How do you lose to the Bears?
No,
Instead
actually,
of,
I'm gonna push back on that. I've heard so many takes, more than I even expected, out of like big media people or like ESPN and Fox, that bring up the Nagy Field situation, and now with like by now all of them were calling for Nagy to give up play calling or get fired or something. So now with the laser switch,
sure.
I think we're gonna continue to get some. See, I was right by some of these guys by saying after laser got play calling, they're gonna. Because it's weird. It's
It'd be
actually been
nice.
segments on shows talking about the Bears.
Entire segments for sure. It's been fun.
It's been real fun.
Good day. It's been a good day.
No, but I mean the Bears this whole season. They've been like, I would say they're one of the top 5 most talked about teams this season so far.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Well, I love that game. I don't have much to say about it. Over under is 44. I don't want to play it because I don't know how many points Justin Fields is going to put up.
All right. Well, one thing I was thinking about,
It could be 44.
is it going to be Roquan trying to stick on Waller the whole time?
Yes, 100%. Or no, it may be Ogletree.
Maybe Ogletree. Oh my
Ogletree
gosh.
wouldn't shock me. It
Oh
wouldn't shock
my
me if they had Gibson play up.
Yes. And he's a beast as a pass rusher.
Yeah, so he could even peel off some plays and go after the quarterback. But I wouldn't mind him trying to keep up with Waller. I also
we're
think
fine.
Eddie Jackson, you know how he thinks. He's going to try to jump a few with Waller coming across the middle, and it might work out.
Oh, for sure. They're gonna. That's where we maybe it's just Trevathan when he was out there that we'd get beat in the middle of the field like that. Like
It
right
is.
above the
It's
linebackers.
Trevathan. And it hurts to say because I love the guy, but thank God he's not playing this week with Waller. And
No, yeah, I actually
take
I love it. The
Ogletree
more you
all
talk
day.
about it, the more I love Bears
Roquan.
plus 5.5. And money line, you got to play too. But That
Yeah,
5.5
Lucky.
is crazy.
Huge.
And
Love it,
Justin
love it.
Fields. Justin Fields, come on.
Okay, let us go into the next afternoon game, which is the Browns. The Browns plus 1.5 going to LA to visit the Chargers.
Oh, wow. Brownies.
Brownies money line.
Brownies money line. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
all
a trap
day.
game.
I'm huge on that one.
Big trap
Brownies
game.
money line, probably under 47. I think Brownies are gonna eat.
The Browns are definitely underrated right now.
Super underrated. They may
People are
be.
judging them for how they played against us and how they played against
Their only losses
versus
against
how they
the
played against other
Chiefs.
teams.
Their only losses against the Chiefs week 1.
But I mean, there's been some Baker slander.
I know it's bullshit. I'm excited for this game because the Chargers are uber overrated right now.
We won't be able to watch that one because that's the Bears game, but we'll get to watch
Sure.
the highlights, I guess. We got to find somewhere online to get the
And you know what?
full
Every
games.
time I find when I don't watch Baker, he ends up having sweet games. So there's another reason to take the Browns, everybody. So Browns plus 1.5. I like the money line there. I mean,
Yeah.
spread's not enough. The money line will be plus 110. So yeah, I'll take the little bit of juice.
Definitely. I'm
And
100%
better
with you
team.
there.
All right, that's easy. Let's go to the next one here. We got Giants going to Cowboys, and it's Cowboys -7. I like Giants.
Yeah, you got to take the Giants.
Yeah,
You're getting a
that's
whole
a
touchdown
hot motherfucking team.
in
coming out
division
last week.
game. Yeah.
They're healthy a little bit more, and I really just I'm believing in the Giants. Listen here. Everybody says they have the hardest next 8 weeks. I think they could win 4 of those games, and I think it could start here. So the 7 points is enough, more than enough for me to take the spread on. I'm not going to bet Giants money line. I think it's going to be a super close game, and I think Giants plus 7 is a very easy pick here.
I'm with you there, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm kind of I hate being wishy-washy, but Daniel Jones looked pretty good last week.
That's, I'm on the same boat with you. So as long as we can both say that, because we're neither of us are Daniel Jones guys, but he's looking good so far this season.
And I'll give you a good little tidbit, which you probably already know, but Daniel Jones on the road is significantly better than at home. I
did see that. He's
right now in his career, he's 25-7 on the road for touchdowns and interceptions. At home,
16-11 at home, right?
14-16 at home.
14-16. Wow.
And that's not even looking at fumbles, and he's a fumble
everything
guy.
points Giants here last week included. Giants are better than the Eagles, and the Eagles still, were able to be scrappy with the Cowboys, who seem to be a very good team this year. But like I said, I mean, in division, Giants look hot coming off last week. They got to be pumped up. They got their receivers back. John Ross had a touchdown right out the gate.
And the
Kadarius
Cowboys
Toney
will win
finally
this
got
game.
some playing time.
But you take the 7.
What did you say, Tim?
I think the Cowboys are that good of a team. I think they're that good of, where I think it's almost like you give them the ball with 3 minutes to go, they're going to win the game.
This is why, going into last year, they were my Super Bowl pick, and really quickly, that was a terrible take. But this was the team I was expecting. This kind of team.
Yeah, this team is sweet, and Micah Parsons is already the best player on that defense.
Yeah, he's what Jalen Smith was for 1 year.
Yeah.
It's perfect, and that's when they were super good. And it's not surprising that it's turning back around into that same kind of team. And now the only difference is Dak is older and more experienced, and it's only good for him. And he's got a weapon with CeeDee Lamb.
Oh my gosh, he's got weapons, and Zeke is back to his old form.
Yeah, and Zeke's healthy. He looks good. Pollard obviously is at his career high right now.
Kellen Moore is one of the best play callers this season.
I love him. I hope he goes to the Bears if Nagy gets fired.
As head coach or coordinator?
So yeah, let's land there. We think Cowboys are gonna probably win the game. They're the better team. They're debatably a top 6, top 5 team. And the Giants are going to cover is 7 because that's the Giants, and the Giants are not far off. I mean, they're probably 14-13 in my mind right now.
And Daniel Jones and these Giants are much better on the road. So, yeah,
Yes. And they're
you're right.
hugely slept on. So this number may even get
It's
bigger
easy.
by the end of the week.
It's easy. You take the Giants.
Easy. All right, let's go right down to Glendale, Arizona, where the Cardinals are hosting the 49ers. And the Cardinals are laying a whopping 5.5 points to Trey
Wow.
Lance in the Niners.
That's hard. I really.
It is hard.
What's your take here?
I mean, clearly, the Cardinals have the advantage at quarterback, but I like Shanahan to come in and be very aware of that and try to take the hand out of the quarterback's hands the whole game, kind of play the clock, run with Trey Lance, and just kind of try to keep it close till the end. That's where I think this one's going. That's why I like 49ers getting the 5.5. But Cardinals will win it. Not enough for me to bet the Niners. It's a pretty easy bet if I had to bet every game, but I'm only planning on betting like 4 or 5 of these. So it lands right outside of that bubble of my top 5 picks.
For taking Niners plus the points?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's inflated. I mean, it opened at 2.5. It's up to 5.5.
Now, I'll say the line that I absolutely love is under 50.
You like both defenses to show up and Trey Lance to struggle a little bit?
I like it to be a fast game. I like that clock to be running the whole time. And I don't think Lance will struggle necessarily, but he's not going to light it up through the air. I think they have a lot of designed runs, and I think this clock rolls.
Quick game. They don't score
Quick
50.
game. Quick
I like
game,
that take.
enough to not temper the offenses, so not a lot of like punts or anything, but not long enough for them to, score into the upper echelons of totals this week, going above 50.
Now, what scares me, though, with that total is Kyler against those cornerbacks, and those cornerbacks for San Fran right now are pretty trash.
Yeah.
So I mean, just a little
Yeah,
scare.
but I mean, let's say Shanahan's able to do a bend don't break type of defense coming in, just like, you know what? Let's just not give up any 40-yard bombs. Let's give them what they want, and let's play that quick game. I really think how Shanahan's going to come in. I don't think that Kingsbury will be able to. I don't think he has the game plan smarts yet to be able to bend that type of coaching going at him. I think he's going to play right into Shanahan's hand, believing that his talent will probably take him to the win, which he's probably right. But I think Shanahan knows he's in the worst position here, especially with the debuting quarterback, and he's going to put his coaching on display by doing what Vrabel and the Titans do most of the time against really good teams. Just run the shit out of the clock and try to win it at the end.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. So, yeah, makes me like the under. And yeah, definitely San Fran with the 5.5. Yeah, it's just a game you don't see a blowout here. You don't see Cardinals winning by a touchdown.
It'll be a good one. I could see Niners winning, too. I mean, it's not, like, crazy to me.
For sure.
But the Lance thing, he's going to be fresh, and his arm isn't, like, that good, honestly. So we'll see.
And you got some scary dudes on that San Francisco D-line. I mean, you hit Kyler once or twice, maybe.
Core is sick.
Shake him up a little bit.
I agree.
Yeah. All right.
And Isaiah Simmons, I gotta say, he has stepped up, dude. He's that guy on that defense kind of right now. He's a great run defense linebacker. He stops everything.
Yeah, he's good. He's good at tackling.
All right, well, let's go on over to Kansas City, where the Chiefs are laying 2.5 points to the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, you gotta take Chiefs.
Chiefs minus 2.5 to the Bills.
What?
Yeah, you probably gotta take Chiefs. Just assuming
you take Chiefs because I think Buffalo might be the most public team bet right now, and Kansas City is this big fade
Buffalo
team
won
right
30-0 last week, so it helps their case.
Right. No, and it also helps my case
slot
with the line. It's a clear to me I see this as a big public bet Buffalo. This opened up at KC -4. down to KC minus 2.
I mean, I like Kansas City here. I don't love it though. I would rather just enjoy this game. I'm not gonna.
This is kind of like
Bad
a Brady Belichick thing where you just say you're getting Kansas City at home at Arrowhead with Patrick Mahomes, and they're laying less than a field goal. It's pretty much I'm taking the Chiefs to win.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but that'll be a fun one.
Allen will probably have a really awesome game, but I still think Mahomes and the Chiefs will probably edge a win. Maybe win by 5, with the game-winning touchdown or something.
I will not be watching that game.
I like the Chiefs.
I'm not going to watch that game.
And then let's move into Monday night where we got.
You shouldn't either. White Sox Astros game 1, or actually game 3.
Yeah, I'm watching
game 3
that too
in Chicago.
But let's go to Monday night where we got the Baltimore Ravens hosting the Colts, and they're laying 7 points. Now I've taken Colts the last 2 weeks with the points, and it's duped me twice in a row. And I'm a Ravens guy, so I'm gonna take Ravens minus 7 here at home.
Okay, I like the Colts. I like a close game, low scoring. So give me the touchdown. 2 good defenses.
It's not a bad point. I think Colts defense similar to Washington just hasn't been what we thought it would be.
What? I disagree.
Not very good.
I completely disagree. I think they're playing well, and it's showing that they're going to be one. I think they're going to end up being a top 5 defense. Give me Dallas and Colts at top 5 defense by the end of the year.
It's not a bad little take. But yeah, I guess we kind of go separate there. I mean, if anything, I guess a nice value play would be Colts money line there, but I still like Baltimore to cover a 7. But I could totally see it being close.
Shit, and I like Baltimore to win because of Tucker and Lamar.
Yeah, Tucker and Lamar in the 4th are pretty deadly.
Yeah, but I do like if Colts can make a couple stops on 1st and 2nd down. Baltimore 3rd and long, they're not good.
Yeah. Well, is that true?
Yeah, look at Lamar's
teams I watch convert more of those.
It's like 3rd and 7 or longer, 3rd and 8 and longer. You look at
and they must be good on 4th and long because they've got a few
maybe
4th and longs I've seen.
But those 3rd and longs, Lamar passing stats not good. Kind of like and you know what? And it's not. I still think Lamar will get there. He's just not there yet. And I think Carr showed it the other night. Those 3rd and longs he had. And it just showed like Justin Fields, he'll be able to pull those off. You got to be a really good quarterback, and you got to have some legs to and if you're not a really good quarterback, you got to have some legs.
You got to know where to throw it too. I mean, nothing is more annoying than seeing a 3rd and 9 and a guy throw it 6-7 yards.
Yeah,
you got to know that when you're a quarterback.
You got to
at the end, you can't trust your guy to pick up 2-3 yards after a catch. It's not something that happens every play.
It happens a lot. I mean, it's a super common thing because there's so many 1st and 10s. You get a 2-yard run, and then you do nothing on 2nd. Incompletion, and then you're right there in a 3rd and 7+, 3rd and 8+. Like it happens often. So
yeah, and put the guys 15 yards downfield. Don't put them 7 to 9 yards where it's right at the line. I don't like that move.
Right.
It's something that I think a lot of teams struggle with right now, where they get into 4th and short situations after being 3rd and long, and it's like, why'd you do that? I can see why if you're going to take the 4th, but
I think maybe the reason why it's becoming a little bit more, it's almost like it's kind of more common. I notice more often they throw like a 7-yard out on a 3rd and 8. But it's also I'm seeing a ton of more coaches go for it on 4th and 3, 4th and 2, 4th and 1.
That is true. So those could be playing hand in hand, where a coach comes into the year where they're like, I want to play 4th down, so we're gonna try to just get close 4th downs instead of going for long 3rds and leaving us with long 4ths. I mean, logically, it makes sense to almost play that way, especially against certain teams. So that's a good take. I still think that teams shouldn't be throwing those 7-yard outs when they need 10 yards.
No, I agree with you. They bother me.
Yeah.
Because it's classic. It's either it's either a batted down ball with like the defender's arms right in there, or it's a perfectly thrown ball low by his knees about to go out of bounds, and he either gets tackled or goes out of bounds, and it's or it's in the middle of the field, and it's always clearly at least a yard short. And you're like, come
Yeah.
on.
Always.
Like, he had no chance to turn upfield there. You knew it. You were
Mhm.
playing for 7 yards. Like, you were playing to get a 4th down.
You're right. You're 100% right, and that's something the Bears like to, or Matt Nagy likes to do. So hopefully Laser doesn't do shit like that too, which I didn't see him doing at all.
I also don't hate Justin Fields on 4th and short.
Oh, I love Justin Fields on 4th and short.
Yeah.
But I don't want us to not go for 3rd and longs.
Oh, I agree. With a guy like
He's
that,
one of those guys who could score touchdowns on 3rd and longs, like Russell
Dude,
Wilson always does.
One of the awesome things with his 25% of his throws were big plays. That's showing us that like he can turn into our team into one of those offenses that it doesn't really fucking matter how the rest of the game goes, as long as it's within a touchdown at the end of the game. Like we can kind of score at will.
Yeah, and it's like, and there's already been a guy who emerged as that player this year with Joe Burrow. It's like they could be down 20 points going into the second half of the third, and it's like,
Yes.
whatever, just get a touchdown. They're like, he's gonna score another couple. And he does it every fucking game. It's unbelievable.
They can kind of score at will with him and those and Chase and Higgins and Boyd. I mean, they can kind of, and Uzoma.
There's scary backdoor covery, backdoor winning type game teams.
All right, so who are those teams? I'll say they're the
Chiefs.
So it's Chiefs, Bills,
Bucks,
Bills. The Bucks can do
Bucks
it
for sure. Bengals, then I would say
Bengals.
Ravens are in that.
Oh,
group.
I would say
I've
the
seen enough
Chargers.
Ravens comebacks.
The Chargers can. The Ravens can.
Chargers, yeah.
So, but and then, and Arizona can.
Raiders have been a second half team all year.
I wouldn't say.
I mean,
I wouldn't
outside
say
of
they
last
can score at will
performance.
yet. I wouldn't say they're a score at will team yet because of unfortunately because of Derek Carr. Good, not great. He's not a score at will type quarterback to me.
Yeah, I'm trying not to overreact from last game. I still am thinking about that Ravens overtime where he got the back-to-back touchdowns. Like they weren't like the football gods didn't want him to win that game, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm winning it," and he kept scoring.
No, and he looked great that night. But I also don't want to because it's Derek Carr and the Raiders, and like I've seen Derek Carr play for 8 years now in the league. I don't want to overreact to him having a good hot start.
I agree.
So
But
I
yeah,
don't
it's
know.
about
Who knows?
those teams right there. I wouldn't even say Kyler is a guy that you could want when you're down 20. I mean, you do, but I think they're more of a throttle team like the Ravens, where it's like they can beat you by 30 points. and you don't
Yeah,
even
I
see
agree.
it.
I'm with you there.
But there's certain guys that's like you know in the fourth, there's just like that's just where they live and breathe.
And here's a team that's not like that. The Browns. But they're still really good and Super Bowl contenders. But they're not and the 49ers, I think. Both of them are not necessarily those teams.
I agree with that exact take too.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that's what the Bears historically have been. That's what we kind of were with Mitch.
Oh, and Packers. Rodgers can do it.
Yeah, Rodgers is probably the number one.
And I don't know about Rams yet. I'm sure. I mean, I've seen Stafford get his fourth quarter comeback wins. I don't know about that in that system. I don't really know how it works at the end of games when they're down. But it didn't work out last week. So we'll see with them. But Packers are in that group, yeah.
Packers are in there, and finally Chicago's going to be in there when we start to get
and
going.
and like guys like the Vikings could have been like that with their receipt, but they don't usually show up at the end of games. They usually lose them at the end. Matt Ryan usually loses them at the end.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott may be a guy who could put up a few, but I still wouldn't put him in that group.
Oh, I would say Cowboys, yeah. Right this season, I mean, I don't want to overreact, but I guess from what I've seen this season, I would put them in that group.
Yeah. There's only a few of those teams where it's like, all right, we need a touchdown right now. Let's just not overthink it. Run a 2-minute drill and score a touchdown. There's not a ton of those teams.
Yeah.
But all right.
And actually,
I think
Mitch
that was
was
pretty
good at
solid.
it.
Do you want to close this sucker out? Oh wait, let's do Well, fuck the Raiders. Let's go Bears.
Yeah, Bears is my lock of the week plus 5.5.
Me too.
And then my dud of the week, or what is it? What do we say? Stay away game
or some shit.
Stay away game is I think it's the Rams Seattle game.
Rams, Seattle. Yeah, it's a nice stay away for sure. I would say that game, and I don't love
Green Bay, Cincinnati.
Come on. No, I love that one. I don't love Jets, Falcons in London.
Jets, Falcons. Yeah. I don't love it. I don't
Not
love
in
the slate
London.
this week. I only have like probably 3 or 4 games I really like.
I agree. I 100% agree.
You had some you liked this week. Last week I had more than you. I think this week you had at least 6 in there where you had a pretty good.
All right, I'll say them right now really fast for the crowd.
Okay. And
I
we'll give
like Green Bay -3. I like Lions +9. I like Pittsburgh, Denver under 39.5. I like Patriots -9. I like Bears +5.5.
Giants.
And Giants +7. I don't love it, but Giants +7.
Okay.
That would
I
probably be
like
the
that's
next
one of the ones I actually think I like.
And also, you know what? Browns is the underdog. I want Browns to win.
Oh
that
yeah,
game.
that one I like a lot.
So I actually may bet a few of these games.
Browns money line.
I'm gonna do my classic. I'll bet underdogs at the money line. Try to win some value hits. The only way I'm gonna go start winning money again like that is if I recommit to putting 100 on all of them and just soak in those small profits. That's how I whooped that 1 month last year. So I'm gonna see. Maybe I'll do that this week. But I don't know. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait probably till Friday because I'm gonna skip that Thursday night.
Quick little take to close out here on the OU Texas Saturday before all the slates here. You had any take on that?
Yeah, I got a take on it. Sooners once again underrated in certain areas of their defense. I like how they're matching up with Texas. Texas can run the fuck out of the ball. That's pretty known, and they have a good running quarterback. One of the probably I would actually I'll put my take in right now. The Texas running back, what's his name?
Bijan Robinson.
He's gonna be the top running back taken in this draft coming up.
Yeah,
I think he's that
probably.
good. He may even end up in some Heisman conversations.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think the Sooners, their one area of their defense that they're underrated is their run defense. I haven't seen anybody run against us well. So I think as long as we could keep them tempered and force them to throw the ball, the Sooners should pick up this win and probably cover the 3.
This is a hard one for me. I'm gonna bet the Sooners, half of it because I'm rooting for the Sooners.
And Rattler played well against Texas last year, so it's like we already know he knows how to play against Texas. I know it's a new team, but it takes a certain guy to be able to play in that rivalry game the way he did. And just like Kyler, just like Baker, just like Hurts, he's that good with those rivalries.
And the only weird thing with Texas right now is I can't tell how good they are because the only time they played a really good team when it was Arkansas, who looked terrible against Georgia.
They're good. I think their running attack is
hold on.
They remind me of last year's Virginia Tech.
Hear me out. Texas against fucking. All right, never mind. I lost my train.
They're kind of like the Titans.
Yeah.
I think they could beat a good team. All right. Well, do you want to close it? That's 78 minutes here. Let's. You ready?
All right.
Stop.